Hello and welcome to Conversations with Cully and Conlon. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz is a proud supporter of our podcast network. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and UConn legendary basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Pete has the greatest ads, commercials, billboards you will ever see. The Better Call Saul of Connecticut. If you have suffered any type of personal injury, a slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch firm is for you. Pete actually showed yesterday how he goes into court, fights for his clients, and he comes out victorious. He will get you every dollar you deserve in compensation. All you have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week at 6 a.m. You want to get in shape? You go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, develops them, helps them to reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. He has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut to work with the best. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. Down south, we have Julius Williams and the Trench Mob. Julius trains offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments and college showcase camps. We have the Trench Mob podcast tonight at 8:30, which is the number one recruiting show for linemen in the country. Julius, at every tournament they attended, they won. They were undefeated. Every college showcase camp they attended, a member of the Trench Mob was offered a full scholarship. Julius has sent kids to places like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, just to name a few. If you want to work with the best, he's in Decatur, Georgia, but he will come to you. You are welcome to come to him. You are welcome to attend any tournament they go to. Go to www.battleofthetrenches.com, and they are the full service operation. They will train you, they will help you with recruiting, and do everything they need to get you placed. And finally, we have James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. He's dedicated himself for the last 3 years to the art of financial planning. He specializes in insurance and insurance policies. He will make you a boatload of money, and he will do so tax-free. He also knows the stress that goes into thinking about retirement and retirement planning. How much am I going to need? For how long? How long is it going to last? Because fear of the unknown is real. You can go to his website, LutherJamesInsurance.com. Now for the lady of the hour, UConn legendary basketball player and Western Connecticut State University head coach, Maria Conlon.
Telling you, it just gets better and better every week. It gets longer and longer.
Well, that's good. I mean, we're making a few bucks here and there. Remember when we started, we had nothing.
Yeah, I would love is there any way we can get some graphics for these guys instead of just roll calling it off? That would be cool.
Yes. Actually,
Every 5-6 minutes, we just break to one of those really quick, like a graphic.
That's exactly what Ned Von Fresh wants me to do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put together videos with graphics and contact info and split it up.
I think that's better. I think they'll get more traction from that, and I think
I agree.
Sorry, this is just the entrepreneur in me, and
you are the entrepreneur, so you would know best.
I can barely pain through it and listen to the whole roll call of it, so I highly doubt any of the listeners are. No offense to anybody out there if you are listening, but you know what I mean.
It is a lot.
I think it gets a little lost.
Yeah. I can split it up, and that was exactly what I was going to do before his show, because that is what he suggested in his consulting role. He's a big consultant, so we're going to do that. So first of all, your thoughts. Obviously, we weren't expecting a big challenge from our two opponents last week. Loyola of Chicago, 85-31. That was about what was expected. Any takeaways from that game? They played a lot more players than they had been, which I thought was good.
Yeah, not necessarily a ton of minutes, but yes, they did play a lot of people. Now, I think that game went as to be expected. I think that the Ohio State game went to be as expected. I don't care if they're a Big Ten school. I don't care if they were 2-0 coming in. UConn's they're 35 points better, period. And I just I think my biggest takeaway, which is really not even that big of a takeaway, because anyone who is worth anything in terms of knowing basketball at all would agree that Sarah Strong is so remarkable. I can't even put it into words. This kid's going to be pushing for best UConn women's basketball player of all time. I hate to say that, I'm biased, but I think the only thing that could deter her from 100% being in that conversation is not winning more than the one that she has. I don't even see that happening. The stat lines that this kid is putting up, barely breaking a sweat, is, 29, 13, 7, 5, 6. Were we playing the school of the blind and deaf? No. And she's doing it at a really high efficiency. So, and Azzy's playing great too. She didn't shoot well as well in the first half the other day. And I actually thought, from a basketball perspective, and kudos to Ohio State, they played a great first quarter and a great fourth quarter. I thought they played the absolute best that they could for those two quarters. The second quarter and the third quarter, we just dominated them in every aspect of the game. But I did think that I think they'll make some noise in the Big Ten this year. I was impressed with what they were able to do in that first quarter and fourth quarter.
Are you surprised at Sarah Strong and her development thus far? Did you expect her to be this good, this fast?
Well, the crazy part is I think she was this good last year.
Yeah, she was.
We just didn't notice it as much. I did, but because I said all year she was our best player. But last year outshined a little by Paige,
because she was put in tough situations too, right? Remember, she had to play down low a few games.
Listen, this kid can play anywhere you put her. She could play 1 through 5
easily,
without question. but I think last year, like I said, with Paige's name and all the hype she got, I don't want to say she slid under the radar because she certainly didn't. Not in the basketball world, but people that know basketball. But I think she was this good last year. For her to ratchet it up like again and again, I mean, it's going to be really scary when this kid's a senior. I can't even imagine what she's going to look like. I really can't. I mean, how do you get? I mean, I guess you can get more efficient at every little thing that you do, but she's like so efficient that would be really hard. UConn, I think this is one of our best gets as a recruit in a really long time. That's not a hit on Paige or anything else. No. I'm talking about somebody who could play 5 spots, put her wherever you want. The ease, calmness, and composure that she has as a sophomore is insane. She's my favorite player to watch right now.
Never gets rattled.
Hands down.
The other thing I've kind of noticed about her, she either has developed or she's always had it. She seems just like an incredible leader. And, to have that, she had it as a freshman. She's showing more of it as a sophomore. Were you at all surprised by her leadership abilities, or did you think those qualities were already ingrained in her?
Yeah, I mean, I think again, like last year, you had Paige, who obviously is an amazing teammate. So she had a year learning what that's like and being exposed to that. I think she led in her own way last year. I think composure on the court is a very valued skill in leadership.
Big time.
And what I say, the reason why I say that is because she was quiet last year. She's still a little quiet this year. I think that, she's starting to be a little bit more vocal, etc. But I think people don't talk enough about how having someone on the court for as many minutes as her, doing as many things as she does in a calm, composed way, it's infectious. And when your best player plays like that, it makes everybody else feel a little bit more at ease. So I think her leadership style is a lot of just steadying the ship constantly.
Right.
Being super, super consistent. I think being more vocal, calm. I think she's actually been less shy in the media this year. Like last year, she really shied away from it. I think she's come out of her shell a little bit, but she didn't have to do as much of that last year because Paige was so dynamic and so vocal. And I think we'll continue to see more and more out of that from her, but I don't want to underappreciate or undervalue how amazing it is to have someone who, again, always kind of is right here. She doesn't get too high. She doesn't get too low. That's a leadership skill that I don't think is pointed out enough.
Did you expect her to fully be better than, I know they're different styles, but she's obviously taking control of this team. Do you believe, would you have believed that she'd be better than AZ Fudd?
Yeah. She was better than AZ Fudd
last
year, right? And that's not a hit on AZ. AZ's amazing. No. She's one of the best pure shooters we've seen in the game ever, right? And she's really, really talented. But, again, and when I also think about Sarah, when I watch the games or I see interactions, she's not trying to outshine anyone.
She doesn't.
She could shoot it anytime she wants. She could go get a bucket anytime she wants. I think she actually defers a lot to get more of her teammates involved. And I think the kid just cares about getting better and about winning, which is why she's such a perfect fit for UConn, is because it's not personal for her in a way where she's got to score 30 a night or she's going to be throwing a tantrum, right? This kid just wants to win. No. She's got the pedigree. She's got it all, man. That's all I could say. She's got it all.
You're absolutely right. Against Ohio State, 12 of 17 from the field, 29 points, 5 steals, 3 blocks.
Yeah. And then She did everything.
I mean, seven, like you said, 7 assists, 13 rebounds. I mean, unbelievable.
I was waiting to see if they were going to put her in the stands to sell popcorn next. I mean,
she might as well. Like,
yeah, I mean, she probably could do that and then sub back in and drop some more stats. But I'll say this tomorrow when we got Joe on. I'm curious his thoughts. I think I'm going to go out on a limb, and people are not going to like this, but Sarah Strong is the best all-around basketball player in stores. Period, men or women.
I would agree with that. I mean,
men or women.
I don't think there's
the
anyone.
Best, most complete basketball player.
Yeah,
in stores.
I agree with that. Yep. I no offense to Solo Ball or
no. Listen, I'm not saying that she could step on the guy's side and do the things that she's doing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about a complete all-around basketball, play 1 to 5, do everything on the court consistently every single night. She's the best all-around basketball player at UConn.
Yeah, she's reliable. She's dependable. She has proven her worth game in and game out, and she is the quiet leader that takes them places. And she's the difference maker. And even having Caravan, Solo Ball, I do agree with you. By far, the most complete player in Stores, Connecticut is Sarah Strong. And she comes from a good pedigree with both her parents as players. What did you think of the transfer, Sarah Williams? She played better against Ohio State. What do you expect out of her for the season? Is she going to be a consistent scorer, defender, or is she going to be more of a role player?
Yeah, I mean, when I look at her,
there's only one ball, as Dave says.
What?
There's only one ball, as Dave says.
Yeah, I mean, listen, she had 12 points the other day. She didn't play a lot the other day. Williams, she only played like 15 minutes.
14 minutes, right.
I'd like to see her rebound a little bit more. I think Easy was like, she might have been, no, maybe it wasn't Easy. It was either, it might have even been Jana, who was the second leading rebounder for the game. So I would like to see her be a little bit more active on the boards. But again, I mean, I think she's doing what they need her to do. I think she's going to continue to develop. Listen, she's still getting used to the UConn way. I don't care how many years you've been in college. Coming here and adjusting is a big thing. I want to address something I just saw in the comments here. Gary said Sarah Strong's handle could be better. How? How? Why? Like,
that's why
I had this conversation. I had this conversation with our lacrosse coach yesterday at WestConn because, what we struggle with now as coaches at the college level, no matter if it's D1, D2, D3, it doesn't really matter. These kids are so highly skilled, but they don't know how to transfer it to a game. So, like, what's her handle could be better. She virtually never turns the ball over, right? So what? She's not going between the legs and around the back as much as you would like. This is basketball, right? I said yesterday, all these kids, they practice dribbling around a cone and they're shifty and they got all this stuff in their bag, right? Like, when was the last time that you saw someone have to go between the legs or around the back multiple times in a basketball game to get where you need to get on the court? That's not like real life. So like, she lost the ball twice under the basket driving. Oh my, okay.
We're really
nitpicking here. Hey, which by the way is fine. Like, she's allowed to turn the ball over a couple times. If she has double-digit turnovers for the season, I'd be surprised. We should find that stat. Yes, people are going to lose the ball at times. I don't think that has anything to do with her ball handling. But again, are they transferable skills, right? So like, you could do all this stuff and like, it looks cool and it looks super fancy.
Yeah, but it doesn't apply.
I just care if the kid can get downhill. Can she get to her spot? Is she turning the ball over under pressure? The answer to all those things, right, is yes, no. So yes, she can do all those things, and no, she's not turning the ball over under pressure. I mean, I guess she could go between the legs and around the back a couple times a game.
We'll mention that. We'll make sure
Just
that she does
I'll have Morgan give her a message. I don't think it's a lacking thing. I think if she went to the WNBA draft last year, she would have been the number one pick. I think if she goes this year, she'd be the number one pick. If she goes next year, she'll be the number one pick. She might have even been in the top 10 as a senior in high school. I mean, this kid is unreal.
She's
try to pick
unbelievable.
apart any portion of her game is insanity to me. But I respect Carrie's opinion. We'll get that message to her.
Yeah. I mean, Connecticut fans, they are spoiled. They're used to the best. They're used to winning, and any little mistake is going to be exposed. But it's interesting that he did mention that. That cracked me up.
Doubling down on it. She lacks that. I don't think she lacks it at all. But listen, could she improve it? Sure. She could improve everything she does, just like everybody else in the country. Everyone can. Yeah.
The other question we have gotten again is about our USC transfer, Kayla. How do you think she has been doing and, transitioning to the UConn way and her role minutes wise, coming off the bench for KK?
Yeah, I mean, she did not fill up the stat sheet last game.
Right.
She played about half the game. I actually didn't think she played that well against Ohio State. Not that I'm saying she played bad either. I just don't think she didn't stand out, right? I don't think she stood out in that game. I didn't see her do much. I don't remember her stat line, but maybe she scored one, maybe 2 points. I don't know. So
she had 1 point against Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, I don't think KK played well against Ohio State either. Ashlyn Shade looked a little bit better out there. I thought she played pretty well, but it was the, three people played really well against Ohio State. That was Sarah Strong. I did think Williams played well, and I thought Ashlyn and Blanca played really, really well off the bench. So I thought that those were, the
Blanca had 18, which was good.
Yeah, to see. And I think we're going to see more of that from her. I like her game a lot. Again, I think, listen, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're a senior or you're a freshman or you're a junior, and you're transferring in versus coming here straight out of high school. It's a huge adjustment. It's early. All these kids are going to get better. Easy and Sarah are going to do their thing every day. And as long as they have 2 or 3 other people pitch in every game, UConn's always going to be in a position to win.
What is your prediction for minutes for Jana Al-Alfi? I mean, she started last year. Obviously, she was pulled sometimes for foul trouble. Do you think that she is going to get minutes inside?
Yeah,
she's not going to start, obviously.
Again, I think we talked about this. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but there's only 40 minutes in a game. I think it's going to be tough for her to get 20, 25 a game just by the style of play and, some of the people that are playing a little bit better than her right now. I don't think she's playing bad. I mean, I think she's making the most.
She's doing what she can do.
She's getting, obviously, she has the experience from last year. So, I think she'll work herself a little bit more into the rotation as the season goes on. But I don't think she's been bad. I just think other kids have been better.
Yeah. No, I agree. She's limited with what she can do. She knows what she can do, and I don't think she tries to veer away from that. She does what she does well, and she stays in her lane. But yeah, I think the minutes will be.
And I think too, listen, basketball is a game of matchups.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, we play UCLA with Lauren Betts banging in the post. You might see her in there more of that game. When we're playing against a team that's more guard heavy and maybe has a big that plays inside and out. So that's a tougher matchup for her. So, we might go with more athletic, more inside out bigs in games like that. So I think there's going to be plenty of times this year where, we're going to need to call her number and she's going to have to come in and play big minutes. And I think she'll be ready for that.
So the WNBA has continued negotiating.
Yeah.
Their November 30.
They didn't beat the lockout.
the November 30th lockout deadline is coming up. And the labor talks continue to take longer. There's a lot of uncertainty. The conversation is still centered around salary structure and the revenue share. It's been the centerpiece of the CBA negotiation. And they have offered meaningful salary increases, which were expected as the players capitalize off the television deals and, the expansion teams. But both sides have been far apart and not seeing eye to eye on what the systems should look like. And, those two priorities were the main reason the players emphasized when they opted out of the CBA in October 2024. And the other issue is establishing minimum professional standards in facilities, codifying the league's charter travel program that was introduced at the beginning of the season. The league has said it wants to increase player salaries and other cost commitments, while they want to make it more incentive based. They want to incentivize owners to invest more in the operating costs in the facilities and in giving more revenue to the players. But they don't want to put it on paper as a guarantee to do it. Do you think that there's any chance that this is going to settle in 11 days?
No.
There's no way. There's no way it's going to settle in 11 days.
No.
And they're gonna need another extension. But it just seems like everything I've read about the negotiations, they're far apart. They're far apart, and they haven't seemed to have gotten any closer. And the other issue is the league has a hard salary cap and 12-player roster limits, and many franchises only carry 11 players, which have really significantly frustrated team personnel. Kathy Engelbert previously said that the league prefers expansion as a way to grow the size rather than adding roster spots. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, expansion teams giving more players opportunities, or adding a roster spot or two to every team? There's only 13 teams in the league.
Well, and there's how many on each roster? What is the final roster? Like
12, yeah.
Right? So if you're adding 2 expansion teams, that's 24 players. So if you added to a team instead, I guess you'd get 2 more players in.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough with. I mean, she said that most teams carry 11 players. They don't even carry the full 12 players.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how hard it is on teams with practice and everything, especially during games. You barely have 2 deep.
Yeah.
That's going to affect things.
For sure. Yeah, we have a couple things here. So Noah, yes, you can ask a question. Go ahead, throw it in the chat. And Gary, we do respect the comments. I did already say once, I respect. So I'll say it again. We respect your opinion, but I have. Oh, he's played basketball for over 60 years. Played with Super John Williams, Messiah Williams, and others. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Gary, cool. Yes, we respect you. Any opinions or comments that are in the chat, that doesn't mean that we have to agree with them, That's
We're,
usually
we're
the way
addressing them. We're addressing them. Yes.
we're addressing them. We're respecting them and saying them. I already said, yes, of course, Sarah Strong can become a better ball handler. I think she can get better at literally everything, just like every other player in the country. But I don't think it's a flaw. I don't think her ball handling is holding her back in any way. So
No,
just to clarify that, if that wasn't um
no.
previously communicated.
She's the best player in the country. She's the
Yes.
best player in the country. She can do it all. As Mark Zanato from Big East Energy said,
Yeah.
she's that point forward that you
Yeah.
look for. She can do it all.
I mean, she's the best passer on the team.
What
So
more do you want from her? I mean, she
yeah.
can facilitate. She can score. She plays defense. She rebounds. She steals. I mean, she blocks shots. I mean, like Maria said, we might as well put her in the stands and, have her walk up and down the aisle selling beer. I mean, there's nothing she can't do.
Yeah, they do that now. They do that now, huh? You get a beer at the game.
I mean, she's by far the most complete player. I don't know. And Noah, if you would love to ask a question, you're more than welcome to. And we respect your comments very much. We are allowed to have, a mind of our own and kind of think by ourselves.
Yeah.
We have critical thinking skills, and they know everything. So Maria Conlon is a 3-time
No. Don't even bother with
championship
this.
winner. I think she knows, and a college coach.
Getting back to the WNBA comment, I think they got it again. I've said this before. I don't know what the players drop
What they're
dead.
expecting.
Here's what you got to get to in order for us to play. That hasn't. I mean, they've told them what they want. I don't know. I can go to the gas station and say, I want you to sell me the winning Powerball ticket.
Yes. Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm going to get that. But again, I don't know what their drop, what's the number that's going to settle this, right? Nobody's really said what that actually is. So I don't know the answer there, but I feel like, again, we've been talking about this. I'm not saying they have to get it done in 11 days. I'm not even saying they have to get it done by the new year in order for it to not affect stuff in the spring. But they got to start getting closer, because I feel like every time I read an article, there's new stuff that pops up, right? We'd rather have this than have that. There's not enough right now. There's not enough roster spots, blah, 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 whatever. So I think the issue for me is that every single time they come to the table, there's new and different requests being made, which just tells me that they're not really getting that close to resolution, which is sad, right? They got to figure that piece out,
because of the momentum they have. It would be sad to see them lose it, and they believe that leagues like Unrivaled, this new Project B League, and that other league that plays, I can't remember the name of it, are examples of how you can compensate the players. But I don't think it's realistic for the WNBA to give players equity in teams or equity in the league. Unrivaled is structured differently for the way that it allows that to happen. And, I think it's great that it supplements their income without having to send them overseas in the off season, like Diana and Sue and all those girls had to do every year. They were going and playing year round just to make ends meet, because they weren't getting anything close to that in the WNBA. So I get that they're using Unrivaled and they're trying to use it as a bargaining chip, but it's a completely different game. It's a league that's structured differently. Yes, I mean, they got a great deal. They got a great television deal. They're giving players equity. That is not a feasible model for the WNBA. I mean, do you think there's any way in the WNBA they could give players equity in the league or a team?
Uh, right now, definitely not.
Maybe at some point,
Could they
but
eventually get to that down the road? Sure. I just like all of that sounds great. I just don't know how you're going to get there anytime soon. I mean, I think they have other
yeah,
things that they got to
yeah.
focus and dial in on than that. That's all I'll say on that. I feel like we're beating a dead horse with this because, again, like I said,
No, we are.
it doesn't they don't seem to be moving the needle much. So
No, they're
I
not.
don't know.
They've been in a stalemate. There's going to be another extension, which is fine. They have the last lockout, I believe, went into February. I think they'll get it done because they know what's at stake. They can't afford to miss time. And now with other leagues popping up, the WNBA does not want to lose that momentum. They don't want these other leagues to gain traction. And they're talking about obviously it possibly affecting the expansion draft for the Toronto Tempo and the Portland Fire. That is one of the first things that will be done as soon as the new CBA is in place. So the parameters for the expansion draft are supposed to be in the CBA. So that has to get done. Um, they have to make some headway. They have to make some concessions, or this is going to be ridiculous. There's no reason for them to hold out. They just got the $2.2 billion television deal. They got $200 million a year coming their way. They're going to get salary increases. I get what they want as far as more of a revenue share model. And I get that they want it to not be incentive laden. But from the owner's perspective, it doesn't seem like that's something they're going to budge on. So I think getting something done, even if it's short term, is much more important than going into a lockout or having uncertainty during this time, especially with Unrivaled starting. Because whether they like it or not, it's a different game, but it's drawing fans. It's got top players. It's competition. They have to establish themselves. They're the W freaking NBA. They're the best league we have, and they have to piggyback off this momentum they built. And like you said, it's a players-driven league. The reason that it's gotten this far is because of the talent that's come into this league. And I don't think that they appreciate that. The talent that has come in has made the difference. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're getting there, right, with this next generation of players that's coming out and the game's changing. They just got to listen. They just got to keep ticking away with what they've built.
Yeah.
Again, push that snowball down the hill. Let's make it a huge avalanche, right? Like let's
Yeah.
continue this.
Yeah. The last thing they need is to slow it down.
Yeah.
Did you have any games over the weekend?
Yeah, we had a big win at Mount St. Vincent's on Saturday. We are
Awesome.
on the road today against a really, really good William Patterson team. So that'll be a big test tonight. And then Saturday we play number 9 in the country, Trinity, at home. So yeah, the Wolfpack's got a big week ahead of us here. And then we got St.
where's
Tuesday.
William Patterson?
It's in New Jersey.
Oh, it's in New Jersey. Okay, I'll have to tell Dave about that one.
Yeah.
Well, so you got 3 games this week, 1 today. So we wish you the best of luck. And Layla, she's doing well.
Layla's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
Layla's
likes
great.
her
She's
team.
got like another week until she starts practice in Connecticut. They start the Monday after Thanksgiving, so she's about a week and a half out. So it's exciting.
Oh, okay. So they haven't started
They've just had like
practicing.
fall league and stuff up until this point.
Right. Good. But she loves her new school. She's
Yep.
doing well, and
Yep.
they'll have a good team. Well, thank you for your insight. And Gary, we appreciate your comments and opinions, and we don't know it all. We don't know it all. We just try to provide you with the best information we can. So I'll just mention Ned Von Young, Fresh Fold Laundry Co., Chapel Hill, North Carolina, high-end laundry service. You put it out, you book online, they pick it up, wash, dry, fold it for you, lightning speed records. They have an online subscription model, weekly or bi-weekly, deals for college students. And it's myfreshfold-laundry.com. Go to their website and check it out.
Steve, can I make a couple of shout outs for a second?
We get shout outs?
I want to give a couple shout outs today. Number one.
All right. Who do we get shout outs to?
Listen, I want to give a shout out to UConn football quarterback. He's QB1. He was ranked this week as the best quarterback in the country. Yep. I mean, I love it. I love the Italian name. I'm here for it. I know our wide receiver was up there as well.
Skylar Bell. Yep.
On that. So I love to see our football team rolling. I think that's really awesome stuff. Number two, shout out to Scranton D3 University upsetting Pittsburgh Division I school in women's basketball.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I think that's really amazing stuff. I want to shout out Ventura Law, who was a huge donor to WestConn women's basketball this past week. Amazing stuff.
Oh, thank God. That's great.
Lastly, I want to shout out my cousin, Dan Dunay, the head football coach at my alma mater, Seymour High School. They are undefeated going into the Turkey Bowl next week. He's doing big things. And
they are.
I want to shout out, I forgot one more. John Hooley, head coach
of
Avon Old Farms, UConn alum, UConn football player, amazing guy, amazing coach. Avon Old Farms won the Class A football championship in what is it, the NEPSAC, whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Amazing stuff. He's doing awesome things there. So big shout out to him as well.
Yeah, he's done a wonderful job. I saw his pictures, and he's got some good players. He's got some good recruits. He's done a phenomenal job recruiting and getting kids to go there, and really has turned that program around. So absolutely kudos to him. And your cousin is a phenomenal coach. I love meeting him, and I'm so happy that they're undefeated going into the Turkey Bowl.
Yeah.
Turkey Bowl is always my favorite.
Let's go.
So again, for UConn, a legendary women's basketball player, Western Connecticut State University head coach, Maria Conlon. I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, Gary, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.